So it is Tuesday. I don't think I recorded anything yesterday, so welcome to another weekly vlog. We are going into town, going into my mum's, and Isaac has his haircut for school today. Hairdressers get fully booked, like leading up to school starting, so I had to get an appointment, a week. He starts school in a week and 2 days, so it's not too bad, it's close enough. So we just want it shortening a little bit, but pretty much leaving in the same style. So I don't think when they're in school they'll be quite as strict as, you know, when they're starting in the rules and stuff. So I'd probably get away with a bit of length when he's in school at the front. So I don't think there's anything of any note to tell you. Please drive slowly. I spent all afternoon yesterday trying to edit a video. Everything that could have went wrong with it. It was only what I watched, and I spent hours doing 10 minutes, which was really frustrating. And I shall catch up with you guys later. Oh my god, look at it. Massive. Flippin' hell.
Part of our lockdown is the building just down the hill, the other hospital building. Another maintenance guy committed suicide just a couple years ago. But the eerie connection is that both of them were revealing to other people that they were experiencing.
This angle from Dobby looks really funny. Look at your eyes look
That's
like
just what they'll
marbles.
do.
Are you recording?
One of these days, these books are gonna walk all over you. Oh!
Oh, yay!
Hello, it is Friday. We are going into town to get passport photographs taken. Darren's passport's expired. Isaac's British passport is expired. His Irish one expires like 2 weeks before we leave for holiday next year. My Irish one's fine, but my British one's expired. I like to keep both. So we have to get 4 sets of photos taken. 1 for me, 1 for Darren, 2 for Isaac. Yes, at least I say the better. Like our next door neighbour. Actually, I don't give a damn.
What, you mean the trog? The hag?
You all know the scenario, the situation. I don't know if I told you last time that she'd taken to getting her kids to make loads of noise outside the house. They never shout and scream outside her house, but they'll do it outside ours. I'll actually try and get some footage.
Yeah, you cut the corner.
Yeah, it has to because of those. I'm going to put in some CCTV footage. I'll deliberately pick some that doesn't have the kids in it, because then I'm not showing people's kids. But I just want you to hear the noise from outside our house. Obviously, if they're right outside our house, it's worse. So I'll put in a little clip of noise when they're not outside the house, but what you have to listen to. yes. That usually goes on from, well, last night I remember thinking about 5 o'clock. Why have they not gone in for their tea? It got to 6 o'clock. They still hadn't gone in for the tea. At one stage, Oscar, who used to play with Isaac, called for Isaac. 2 next door neighbours' kids weren't there, so I'm assuming they were in for their tea, but the other girl was out. I'm not going to say names. And, when the whole palaver started, where they told a load of lies about Isaac having hurt them, they started exactly the same thing with Oscar. The next door neighbour girl and her friend are as bad as one another, and they lie, and then they spend all night name calling and just being nasty. It's awful. The thing is, they're like kicking balls about and riding bikes right behind our car, and you have to keep an eye because they're the type of kids that would do something. Isaac came back from leaving Robert home about 6 o'clock, and I'd said to Isaac, look, just ignore them because they're just horrible. I said, you don't have to speak to them. And one of them, hello Isaac, several times, and Isaac didn't react to it. Isaac came in the house, and within 10 seconds of Isaac coming in the house, it crashed the bike into our gate. Now Isaac says, he's just not very good on a bike, but at no stage the rest of the night did he swerve, did he fall off it.
He's never done it after.
So you just know that the mother has said, anything you can do to irritate them, do it. So
literally
I feel
past the house going nah as they run past.
Well, last night it was wolf howling, really loud, high-pitched wolf howling outside the house. And obviously she's wanting, but she knows what Darren's like, and she knows if he's got something to say, he'll come out and say it. Generally, I have to be pushed really far, but when I come out and start, I'm worse than Darren. But he'll react quicker than I will. But I react worse than he does, if that makes sense. So I would be the type to go out and effing blind. When they told the lies about Isaac having done what he didn't do, I went out that night and started shouting. But telling them that they shouldn't be telling lies, etc, etc, and that started a whole palaver. But she wants one of us to come out and start. That's what she wants to happen, and I'm not giving her the satisfaction. But if the kids damage anything, I'm straight out the door if Darren doesn't beat me to it. So when I'm sitting at night, I've maybe told you before, I have a couple of hours on an evening after we've had our tea. Darren will go and watch a bit of telly or play. Are you still playing Red Dead, or have you stopped that?
No, I haven't for a bit.
Isaac will play his Oculus and I will play my Assassin's Creed. Now, I'm the only one in the living room at this stage, and I like her trousers, and obviously I'm closest to what's going on outside, so I feel obliged. I would usually have sat and listened and watched YouTube videos while I'm on my phone, while I'm gaming, but I feel obliged to sit and watch our CCTV because they won't leave the front of our house. And I'm like, well, what if they damage something and I miss it? It's really frustrating. And they're such nasty kids. And it's not nice to say that. Like, you'll say they're children. I remember when she moved in, she painted herself as this really hard done by person that's neighbour was a complete psychopath. And they put up CCTV. And what did we do? Now we know why the neighbour did. And she called me, she says, and take your wee female dog with you. That was her referring to the daughter, who is exactly what that neighbour said. And I remember being really shocked at the time. Because the kids are both blonde and they are very pretty kids, and she looks really innocent. And she was stood there with these big doe eyes looking up, and she's telling me, oh yeah, my neighbour called her a wee bee. And I'm thinking, oh, that's awful. Now I know exactly where the neighbour's coming from, because she is. And it sounds horrible saying that about a child, but if you listened to her playing with other people, she's horrid. She name calls, she lies, everything anyone does that she doesn't like in a game where it's not going her, I'm telling my mommy.
God,
and that's exactly what it's like.
And then screams.
She tries to get people to hit her. She runs up with Oscar, they were running up and hitting him and punching him, her and her friends, to try to get him to react so they could go telling him. Then one of them said, my daddy's going to kick you in the face and my mommy's going to do this. And it's like, oh my God. And this is every single night of my life outside the house. Yeah, I don't think I've anything much else to say. We're in to get photographs. I want to get some colour pencils for Isaac for school. He's got some, but not enough. I don't think I've anything else to get. I'm sure they'll tell me, or Isaac will come home and tell me if I've forgotten something obvious. I think I've done all the preparations. I ironed on all his name labels today or this week, and I've done loads of files with like the subjects on them. Like, they're called tough folders, so you basically put textbooks, any exercise books. Yeah, mate, I know it's a pain in the arse, isn't it? They put these ticket machines and they put them really low down, and that guy was parked pretty close and he still couldn't reach the ticket, which I'm doing now, and I could reach the ticket. You see, I've either got freakishly long arms or I was even closer than he
It's
was.
that freakishly long ET thing you've got there.
Right, so we'll get a parking space. I'll put this off because I've nothing else to show you. Apparently now, when you get, he's going to walk straight out. Fucking idiot.
Moron.
Teenager picking his nose. Just straight out in front of
Picking
me.
my shoe out of his arse if he says what we go around here.
We shall go and get these passport codes. Wait, what? Turn the engine off. Right, I shall speak to you guys later. for Isaac's having cookie and ice cream. I'm having ice cream. Darren's not feeling very well, so he's not had any. Ooh. Friday night. Treat night. Well, we don't do this every Friday night. We've had a Millside takeaway. Look at Isaac's gorgeous pizza. Is it tasty?
It's so good.
Yeah. Anyway, I put this on to show you my chicken is shaped like a heart.
Oops. Drop it in there.
Look at that. Chicken and like coleslaw and peas. That is like a creamy sauce, and this is chump, which is basically potatoes with like spring onions in. Darren is having gammon, and there's like peas and salad and stuff and some chips. You looking forward to your dinner? Yeah. It's Sunday. We're just heading into my mum's as usual. I'm wearing Ernie. And we're closing off the vlog for the week. This week I did something, not just me talking, I filmed the Halloween stuff in TK Maxx, which I wanted all of it. I loved it, but I didn't buy any of it. I was good. I thought, do you need another scented candle, Lisa? No, you don't. Do you need that cushion with the skull on it?
Yes.
No, you don't. So I didn't buy anything, but I had a good look. That's almost as good. Waiting on Darren.
As always.
He's supposed to be bringing... We bought paint to do my parents' hall for them. When they got their doors widened, they obviously wrecked all the stuff around it. So just painting it like a light colour, like a magnolia. And we bought the paint months ago, and I've been nagging Darren ever since. So he's bringing in the paint stuff today, hopefully. See if we can get, we'll not get it finished today because it's going to need at least 2 coats, I would imagine. So that's what's happening. I can't think of anything else to tell you. Isaac starts school next week, so Thursday. So he's got like 4 days and then he starts school.
What if I'm sick?
You won't be sick, Isaac. You don't want to be sick on your first day because that's when you find everything out. So,
I'm sick on every day.
So we're looking forward to that, see what he thinks of it. And yeah, that's about it. Can't think of anything else we're up to or we're doing. So I won't prattle on. I shall catch up with you guys next week. Overnight from Kit and Caboodle.